Good morning. Awesome, we're live. It is Monday. Happy Monday, start of a new week, June 23rd. Yeah, June 23rd. And we're playing the puzzles. Let's play it. We're going to do connections, and then the mini crossword puzzle, and then Wordle, and the Strands, and the letterbox. Today was a busy morning. We've already done 4 things. I dropped my daughter off at driver's ed, and then my son at cross country, and then my other daughter we just dropped off at a camp that will last 5 days. We're not going to pick her up until Saturday, so it's kind of a fun, like, team building, survival camp, wilderness explorer kind of thing. It's going to be fun. It's going to be really cool. And I think she's going to do really well too. Morning, Callie. She's the type that really thrives. So she's good at finding friends. I mean, in the parking lot, she made 3 friends, and she can do very well. So I'm excited to see what she does. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of strange to have one less kid in the house now. It's like, oh, where'd she go? But yeah, it'll be good for her. It'll definitely be good for her. All right, so let's dive in. Let's play the puzzles. Enough lollygagging. Let's do it. Connections. This weekend, the puzzles were very challenging. We had a couple of very challenging ones. All right, so in the connections puzzle, I see historical. Click that. Old-fashioned. Skinny. Bell. Sun, flare, literary, mom, where are we headed with these words? Old man, cocktail, farewell, young adult, Collins, boyfriend, speculative, and shot. Okay, I don't know if this is the one I should see first, but this is the one that I see. I see a shot glass, Collins glass, cocktail glass. What's the 4th one? Old-fashioned glass? I don't know. We'll come back to that one. We'll come back to that. See, old-fashioned, old man. Okay, so how about young adult fiction, historical fiction, literary fiction, and old man fiction. I don't know. I thought I saw one. Maybe it is. It's just not that. The 4th one's not coming out to me. Boyfriend? What does boyfriend have to do with anything? Flare. So a bell has like a tapered edge. A flare, right, is like a tapered edge. Wait a minute. Skinny jeans, flares. I keep thinking I have something. No. Don't hint me quite yet. Old-fashioned. Isn't old-fashioned kind of a drink? So a shot glass, a Collins glass, and a cocktail glass, and an old-fashioned? Yeah, okay. See, maybe I'll do it in backwards color order today. Farewell. We just bid our daughter farewell on a long camp out. She's on a What, a 5-day camp? Should be pretty fun. 6-day camp, really, I guess. So we dropped her off today. We'll pick her up Saturday. Old man. The old man in the well. Man in the moon. Sun. I really feel like I'm onto something with historical fiction or like types of books, right? There's literary work, historical work. Young adult. Right? But why literary? Farewell to Arms. Farewell. I'm going to shuffle them. All right, I'm going to shuffle them in my brain. Not even thinking about anything else. Speculative. Mom. Flair. Old man. Historical. Farewell. Bell. Literary. Young adult. Skinny, son, and boyfriend. Okay, if nothing else, these are adjectives. Historical, young adult, speculative, and literary. Fiction categories. Okay, I don't know if I've heard of speculative fiction before. I don't know if I've heard of that one before. All right, and then as per my usual, one of these should be very easy, and the other should be a little more challenging, right? The yellow category should be stand out, very obvious. Like skinny jeans, bell bottoms, flares. An old man? Old man jeans? Okay, nope. I wasted a guess. I threw it away. So those two and those two are two away, not one away. They're two away. So they belong to completely different categories. This one took, well, I just threw away one of my guesses. Took you 3 guesses. Mom. Oh, mom jeans? No. Mom. Boyfriend you break up with, you date. The sun is a deadly laser. Sunday best. Sunshine. Solar flare. All right, I shuffled them again. Boyfriend. Skinny. All I can think of is skinny jeans. Skinny tight. Sun flare, like a solar flare. These are just not. They're not coming out to me. Okay, what did I guess before? I guessed flare, bell, skinny, and old man. I think those are the ones I guessed, and that's not close. So also these are not close. Boyfriend, mom, son, and farewell. So change 2 of these, and they're correct. Problem is, I also have to figure out what they correspond to. Boyfriend, mom, old man. And what? Oh, hey, Nature Haze. So this is the connections puzzle. These words are related somehow. And it's in 2 different categories, as you can see. The first 2 categories we found out, right? Glassware, right? Cocktail glass, Collins glass, old-fashioned glass, and a shot glass. Different sizes of glasses. And then the green category was fictional categories, right? Historical fiction, literary fiction, speculative fiction, which I don't know if I've ever heard of, and then young adult fiction. And then these ones are related somehow, and I'm just having such a hard time seeing how these are related. Skinny. There's skinny again. Boyfriend. Old man. Mom. Bell. Farewell. Sun and flare. All right, Callie, I might need your help. I'm at an impasse here. I cannot tell you. The only thing I can think of is that boyfriend is a person, old man is a person, and mom is a person, and that's all I got. But that's only 3 things. Hemingway. Oh gosh. Oh boy. The Old Man in the Well. Farewell to Arms. I got nothing. I got nothing. Oh. The bell jar. I know. Callie's laughing at me. Okay. Types of jeans. But what are boyfriend jeans? Maybe I was correct. Okay, skinny jeans. I kept saying skinny jeans. But boyfriend jeans? What are those? What are boyfriend jeans? Okay, so would... I gotta look up boyfriend jeans. Okay, and then Hemingway. Okay, I gotta look those up. That's funny. Looked up ChatGPT. Well, that kind of takes the fun out of it, doesn't it? Okay. I need to know what boyfriend jeans are. Okay, so boyfriend jeans are just like overcut. I don't know. They just look like classic denim jeans. Maybe that's me coming from the boyfriend side. I don't know. And then what are mom jeans? That's what I want to know. What are mom jeans? That you could have showed me the exact same stuff. That's literally the same pair of pants. Okay, well, this is coming from the guy that wears a polo shirt and khakis every day. So maybe I don't know the different styles of jeans. I know flares, right? They come to a little flare at the bottom, and then skinny jeans, of course. But I've never heard of boyfriend jeans, and I've heard of mom jeans, but I don't know. Okay, and then we were going to look up Hemingway. Because okay, For Whom the Bell Tolls, right? We know that one. Farewell to Arms. Yep. Old Man and the Sea. I don't think I've ever read that one. The Old Man and the Sea. And then The Sun Also Rises. Okay. Isn't there one called The Old Man and the Well? Short story by Ira Sher. Different thing. Farewell to Arms. Boyfriend jeans is a playful term referring to attractive traits in a guy that girls might want in a future boyfriend or partner. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay. Spelled wrong. Not Jeans. Jeans. That's funny. Okay, well, you can't win them all, right? In this case, we did win, but it wasn't as straightforward or obvious as I thought usually a Monday might be. Oh, Callie is much a human. Absolutely here. Okay. Would I trust a bot as a moderator? I don't think so. Measure of a country's economic health. You might call that their GDP, their gross domestic product. Indicator of a dog's mood. Indicator of a dog's mood. Maybe their tail, because they wag their tail. What X can mean? Well, X can mean a lot of things. X might mean something in algebra. I don't know. We'll come back to that one. Spots. I don't know. Dots? Whatever. I don't know. Source of revenue for a podcaster. Do podcasters get revenue? You guys are getting paid for this? Sources for revenue for podcasters. Maybe ads? Okay, part of the 5 across. What an X can mean. Part of the 5 across with Wordle and Strands. What? You lost me. Runs out of battery. Dies. Opposite of TY in texts. TY, thank you. PLS, pulls. Sometimes they say it with a Z. Pulls. Dots is not right. All right, maybe not. I know. I did just kind of fill that one in. Sometimes it's like... Okay. Like shoelaces. Tied. Hopefully they're tied. Reason to remove a laptop from your backpack for short. Oh, yeah, the TSA. Okay, what X can mean? Maybe tiles? Spots. Oh, if you spot something, you see it. Why? No. Why did it change the S over there? What the heck? Why can't I go? What? Measure of a country's economic growth, GDP. Indicator of a dog's mood, their tail. What X can mean? What is this one? Part of the 5 across. So you're telling me I'm confused as to where I went wrong here. Text, you're yelling text at me. Tiles and gales. Yeah, I would assume that gales is not right here. Part of the 5 across. What? Hey, Tyson. We're yelling answers at each other, and I'm trying to make sense of it. Okay, like shoelaces. Tied. What X can mean. But then what does this mean? Part of the 5 across. With Wordle and Strands. Got it. Times. Times, right? What X can mean? Times, multiplication. And that one's an E. All right, I'm a little slow to the punch, guys. Just let me be. Oh, goodness. Okay, measure of a country's economic health is for abbreviation GDP, the gross domestic product. Indicator of a dog's mood. You might look at their tail. What X can mean? Times, multiply, right? Multiplication. Golly. I was so focused on this other one, part of the 5 across, Wordle and Strands. It's the games of the times, like the New York Times. We're playing New York. This is very meta, guys. We're playing the New York Times puzzles. Times games. Golly. Oh. I know, Tyson. You've missed so much already. I needed some serious help in the connections. I'll show you in a minute. Spots, sees, they see it. Source of revenue for podcasters, ads. Part of the 5 across with Wordle and Strands, games. The games and the New York Times. Runs out of batteries, dies. Opposite of TY, thank you, in texts. That's please, PLS. Bulls. Like shoelaces, tied. And then reason to remove a laptop from your backpack for short. You might get involved with the TSA, the Transportation Safety Administration. Okay. Goody. All right, Nature, if you're just joining, you haven't seen one of my streams before, I tend to not look at the chat during the Wordle. Specifically this one, I love to just sort of struggle through myself. And so maybe today, let's start off with just any old 5-letter word. How about munch? Oh, it's no help at all. Dang it. Okay, no matter. Let's come up with a second non-intersecting word. A word that doesn't use any of those first letters. Like... Sprite is a 6-letter word. How about broil? That's a word. Oh, come on. It's only giving me 2 letters. All right. Can I come up with a third non-intersecting word? Let's try it. So if we do... There's one. Sweat. Gross. Oh, give me something. Oh, you're kidding me. Okay. So we have an O somewhere and an L somewhere, and then we don't know the rest. So we've got a P. PL goes together. But then the O doesn't go in the middle, though. So, there's so many letters that go together. But they can't go with an O right there. Which makes me think that maybe if it's an LO... What if it's a Y? Oh, gosh. I was going to say gypsy. No, that doesn't work at all. Polky? Is that a word? It's not a word. Okay. Oh. Is that a word? Folky? But there is a Y. Okay. All right. Slow down. There's a Y. What do we do? Gosh, that's the two places that I thought there would be. It'd be consonant, consonant, O. Too many X's there. Consonant, consonant, O, which we can't do. Or consonant, O, consonant. Neither of which we can do. So it either starts with an O, and then there's 3 consonants, and then we hit the Y. Or it's consonant, 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 and then finally an O, and then a Y. See, that's just not as likely. I knew a guy in Brazil. His name was Godoy. His last name was Godoy. But that doesn't work here because it's a proper name and because the O doesn't fit in the second. Okay, what is the likelihood that it goes G-O-Y, P-O-Y, well, that's a great word, decoy, but that doesn't fit here because what if it does start with an O? O? Could be a double O. Maybe there's 2 O's. So there's no Q because it's not a U. Oh, we got to use the L. We haven't used the L yet. What if it's blank blank L-Y? Oddly, that's a word. Could be a double L. Or double D. Double D. I mean, we have one more guess. Let's try it. Let's go. Okay. Okay. Wow. That one absolutely threw me for a loop. Oh, jolly. That could be fun. But jolly, the O was in the second place. That couldn't work. Yeah, she's been choosing some odd words lately. No doubt. Yeah. Jolly. Folly. Yeah, oddly, you could call Emerald. Oddly enough, it's a pretty simple word when you see it. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. Thanks for continuing the conversation, even though I put the horse blinders on. I don't know why. Just during the Wordle, I love to just sort of like tune everything out, including the chat, and just sort of productively struggle through it. So thanks for... first off, thanks for not giving it away. I think part of it is like that's why I don't like look at the chat, because I don't want somebody like spoon feed me the answers, you know. Well, cool. Good. All right. And by the way, while we're waiting for Strands to load, if you like what you see, give it a like, consider subscribing. We do this every day, And I would love for you to join me while we do these fun puzzles. Okay, so let's put it right there. Breaking up the band. We don't want to break up the band. Okay, so if you've never played Strands before, consider it like a word search. We're trying to find words, except they don't give you the set of words. You have to go find them out. And they're based on a loosely tied theme, right? They all tie back to a theme that's pretty, it's not very direct. Not very straightforward. So I wonder if this is names of bands that have broken up, or reasons that bands have broken up. Or maybe this has nothing to do with like music bands. Maybe this is like breaking up the band. Is this about like the bands of a planet or still like, what are we going for here? Okay. I think maybe this is. Hold on, because look at this. Smashing Pumpkins. Is this another one of those ones where like one word is on one side, the other word is on the other side? I see the word rock here, but I also see the word rock here. Rock groups. Okay, there's a spangram. Oh boy. Okay. Breaking up the band. But did Smashing Pumpkins break up? Okay, I think I see another one. Smashing Pumpkins, Talking Heads, and Cheap Trick. There it is. Cheap Trick. Breaking up, as in the two words in the band. I see. Maybe I need to go back to bed because I'm like really slow to the punch today. Breaking up the band. Here are names of bands. I was like, wait, the Smashing Pumpkins never broke up. I mean, they've had some like rocky moments, but I think the Smashing Pumpkins are still together. Billy Corgan and his they might have dropped the bass player now that I'm thinking about it. But I believe they're still alive and well. They're still making music together. Yeah, the Talking Heads, that's like humans do. Help me out. What's his name? Look into the eye. Help. What's his name? David Byrne. Oh my gosh. I knew it was David something. David Byrne. You got a great voice. It's a beautiful, absolutely wonderful voice. And then Cheap Trick. Rock groups. Okay, now I'm wondering, because, I mean, some of these are older, right? Well, they're all older. I'm old. I can't admit to myself that I'm old. Okay. Did Smashing Pumpkins break up? Yes. The Smashing Pumpkins did initially break up in 2000 after a 12-year run. However, they later reformed in 2007 with a new lineup, including Billy Corgan and Jimmy Chamberlain, continuing to release. And look at that. The original breakup was attributed to internal conflicts, drug abuse, and declining record sales. Yeah. Okay. But they are back together now, so that's cool. did Cheap Trick break up? While the original drummer, Bun Carlos, left the band in 2010, was later involved in a legal dispute, the core members, Rick Nielsen, Robin Zander, and Tom Peterson, remain active and continue to tour. Yeah, okay, Cheap Trick is still in. So I guess maybe, I think you're right? It's just like break up the band. We're going to put it into two, the higher and the lower, break it up in the puzzle. Oh, you thought it was X, Tricks? Interesting. Yeah, Cheap Trick, singular. Alrighty. Okay, Letterbox. Okay, now if you've never played Letterbox before, let me fix this puzzle. If you've never played Letterbox before, think of connecting letters together. We're going to span across this box to create more words, right? We're going to create words, and we have to use up all 12 of these letters. Now, the target always changes, right? Every day you might have to solve it in four words or 6 words. Today, we have to solve it in 5 words, which is pretty average, right? It's pretty average. And today we're working with a B, a U, and a G, but we can't spell the word bug because they're all on the same side. R, S, and A, W, N, and I, T, C, and O. Okay. So pretty average puzzle. There's no E in the puzzle. There is an R, so we can't do like ER words. That's a little tricky. The trickiest letter I see is maybe a W. But I think we'll be able to get rid of the W pretty easy. Grunts. We can't do ing words because the I and the N are on the same side, which gets a little hair-raising. How about grunts? Scab. How about scab? Boris? No, Boris is a proper name, so we can't do that. And we can't do ing words, boring, because the I and the N are on the same side. Maybe the answer is to not start with an O. Wow, maybe we could. Look at this. Boat. Boat. Could say boats, I guess. Okay, so then this would be our 5th word. TW. How about just... I mean, that's a word, right? Two. How about 2? I'm overthinking this. 2. There we go. All right, we had to solve it today in 5 words, and we did it in 5 words, so there it is. So we started with the word grunts. I don't even think I backtracked very much in this one. I didn't even write anything on my little notepad. Grunts, and the S led to scab, and then the B led to boats, and then the S led to suits, and then we just needed that W gone, so we said 2. The number 2. How did they solve it yesterday? Let's see. We did flambeau And uptick. Yeah, that's not how I solved it. I said pluck. Oh, I did say uptick. I have it written here. Uptick. Blame, elf, fickle, eat. This is one of those things. Archaeologists are going to look back at this, and I'm just covered in sticky notes, and they're like, why are there words everywhere? We've uncovered something. All right. Well, good. Awesome. Okay, well, let's recap. Let's go back to the top here. Connections puzzle was not as straightforward as usual. Usually Monday morning is like pretty doable. This one was like scratch your head, try to figure it out. These are different glassware, right? There's a cocktail glass, a Collins glass, old-fashioned glass, and a shot glass. The green category was fiction categories. Historical fiction, literary fiction, and young adult fiction. I was going to look up also what is speculative fiction. What is speculative fiction? Speculative fiction is a broad genre of storytelling that explores possibilities beyond our reality. It encompasses various subgenres like science fiction, fantasy, horror, and more, all characterized by their departure from realism and engagement with imaginative or futuristic concepts. You know, fiction. Making stuff up. That's what that means. Fiction. It's precisely what it sounds like. Fiction is made up. Speculative means it's beyond the scope of our reality. So basically all fiction. It's funny. Kind of jeans. We looked up some of these, and I was very confused by boyfriend jeans, and then Nature pointed out that it was not necessarily jeans, Jeans. It's like Genes, jeans. Like you want a boyfriend with good genes. That's funny. Mom jeans. I've heard of flares. I've heard of skinny jeans. In fact, I was going through these, and I was like, oh, skinny jeans, flare jeans. And then I thought, well, what else? Old man jeans? Or what are these? I got awfully confused by some of these. The next one is Hemingway titles, right? Words that are found in Hemingway titles. The bell, For Whom the Bell Tolls, A Farewell to Arms, The Old Man in the Sea, and then, what was Sun? I already forgot what the Sun one was. Doink. Okay, whoops. Type in random stuff. The Sun Also Rises. Okay, maybe I just need to be more adept at my my Hemingway. I don't know if I've ever read any of Hemingway's works. That's shameful of me. As an intellectual, as I'm sure most of us are, we should all... Yeah, The Sun Also Rises. Oh, man. Yep. All right, well, good. Let's do the mini crossword, too. By the way, if you're liking what you see, give it a like. Consider subscribing. Tell your friends, too. If you got a friend that loves doing these puzzles, you can watch me struggle through them as well with all your friends. Look at our chat going like crazy. I love it. Uh-oh, Nature's upset. Why? Why is Nature upset? All right. Let's see, one across. Measure of a country's economic health is their GDP, their gross domestic product. Indicator of a dog's mood is their tail, wagging a tail or between their legs. You liked and subscribed? Thank you. Awesome. Awesome. Well, I'm glad for that. You don't need to be sad about that. Sometimes I see it come up immediately, and sometimes it takes a while. Let's see what X can mean. Times, right? Multiply. Sees, right? Spots. Somebody sees something, they spot something. Source of revenue for podcasters. My joke is, you guys are getting paid for this? Ads. Part of the 5 across with the Wordle and Strands. It's the games, right? We play the games, play the puzzles. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you. I try to keep it light, you know? Life is too short to be grumpy at things. So I try to just find the good in everyone and everything. Even with, absolute chaos going on around us in the world, there's hopefully a little, ray of sunshine you can find in me. Runs out of battery, dies. I also say, it's not, it doesn't cost you anything to be kind, right? It doesn't cost you any extra to be kind. I watched two people argue over a parking spot in the Costco parking lot yesterday. They were telling each other to shut up, and they were flipping each other off, and I'm like, really? Like, it's a parking spot. There's thousands of parking spots here. Like, what do you have to gain here? In fact, 20 seconds later, I pulled out, and we were like, oh, you can have this spot, to the guy that lost the parking spot. And I'm like, what? Like, men's hearts are failing them here. What's going on here? It's ridiculous. But hopefully you find a little sunshine in your day through these. I love it. Let's see. Opposite of TY, thank you. In texts, you'll say PLS for please. Like shoelaces, hopefully they stay tied. Reason to remove a laptop from your backpack. The TSA, the security is going to have you check your bag. All right. And man, oh man, we didn't have a whole lot of help from the Wordle today, did we? So I said munch, that was no help. A non-intersecting word was broil. Gave us an O and an L. That was it. And then I tried a third non-intersecting word, which was sweat. And sweat was also no help. So I've got an O and an L. And I'm like, all right, what else is there? I tried folky, right? Like folksy. And the O doesn't go there. So I'm like, what? Where does the O go? I don't understand. Where would the O end up? And then folky, right? So then I tried, maybe it's an O word. It's not likely to be an OY at the end, so I thought maybe it's an O word. And then the L might go, LY. It's common to have an LY word. So we tried a double D for oddly. Be kind with everyone, no matter who they are, no matter what they do. Never be mean with anyone. I love that, Tyson. Thank you for that. No matter what they are or what they do, be kind with people. Definitely, even the people that are mean to you, be extra kind. Yep. Yeah, I love that one. Not to everyone. Nature, where do you cross the line? Would you be kind to everybody? Fool me once kind of thing? Okay. So, breaking up the band. We're looking at rock groups, and I thought, wait a minute, Smashing Pumpkins is still together right now. They did break up in the early 2000s, but they are alive and strong now with couple new players, right? Billy Corgan is still in there, and then I think they grew up together, the two guys, Billy Corgan and the other guy, but they've been solid forever. So Smashing Pumpkins. They meant breaking up as in like part of it's over here, part of it's over here. Cheap Trick and Talking Heads with David Byrne. Oh, he's got the best voice. I love his voice. He's a great singer. Very quirky, very strange, very far out there. David Byrne was one of those people that taught me that it's okay to be weird. It's okay to not be in the norm. It's totally fine to just be yourself. Okay, and then letterbox. We polished off the letterbox in 5 words, as we should have. The word grunts led to the S for scab, and then the B for boats, and the S for suit, right? Like a suit coat, and the T for TWO2, the number 2. Nice. Well, if you like what you saw today, give it a like. Consider subscribing. I don't have a Discord. I suppose I could start a Discord. I don't know. It's old dog, new tricks, maybe. No, we could start a Discord, I guess. Yeah. Well, you guys are awesome. Thanks for a great stream. Thanks for some fun chat today. And I hope you get to enjoy your Monday. It's the start of a big week. Lots of busy things going on. As you saw in the title, I just dropped my daughter off at a camp, and I'm not going to pick her up until Saturday. So we're minus one person in our family. Feels a little, missing already. It was only, an hour, 2 hours ago that I dropped her off. But, You know, you feel the fault of someone, right? So if you're missing someone, it leaves a void. So we're going to do some fun things as a family just to sort of bolster the spirits of who's still here, because I'm sure they're feeling it, right? My other two kids left on a pretty large kind of survival camp out for a couple days, and then my younger kids were like, "What? I missed them. Where are they?" Was it still Sunday in India? Interesting. It's early Monday morning. Well, it's mid morning where I am. I'm in the United States. Yeah, cool. That's wild. It's still Sunday in India. Well, when you get there, enjoy Monday once you get there. Okay, you guys are great. I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.